그때 방금 ideale pani quelli e poi matto
Ya başında ya aldı gitti. Apa yang mau hiu?
Yes, I did have some email friends that are related with any brands.
Joshi. I'm the president of Nepalese American Chamber of Commerce. Today, September 11, 2021, marks the 20-year anniversary of the terrorist attack on the World Trade Center in New York, the Pentagon in Arlington County, Virginia, and United Airlines Flight 93, which crashed near Shanksville, Pennsylvania. September 11 is now known as a Patriot Day. It is the day of remembrance for 2,900. Please stand now for a moment of silence in honor of the innocent lives lost in 9/11, 2001. Thank you. Please be seated. 9/11, informative environment for you all to have a place to start. As we proceed further into the evening, we will be providing information about starting up, how to get help, and all of the necessary fertilizer to grow your business. Hopefully you will leave here with a handful of information and soul full of ideas, and you apply them successfully amongst your own businesses. With that, I would like to welcome your host for the evening, Mr. Pradeep Giri, the General Secretary of the Chamber, on the stage, please.
Thank you, President Joshi. Good evening. How is everybody doing?
Good, right.
It is so good to have you here tonight. Now, majority, if not all, of the Nepalese American audience present here tonight are the first generation Nepalese in America. For almost all of them, gas station is either their first job or first investment. It is where they learn English, American life, culture, food, even make their new American friends. So that is why gas station is a lot more than just a job or business for us. It has some emotional value attached to us, for us. Tonight, this beautiful Saturday evening, we are here to celebrate the very gas station C-store business. We'll hear from some experts, share some ideas. My name is Pradeep Giri. I'm your host for tonight. I want to welcome everybody, all the sponsors, supporters, our patrons, life members, immediate past president of Chamber, local and national Nepalese American organization. Again, Thank you so much for joining here. We're gonna start off with big round of applause. Thank you very much. I would like to invite our immediate past president, Mr. Manoj Sigdel, for welcome remark.
Good evening. Thank you, Pradeep. Respected Nepalese American Chamber of Commerce patrons, life members, entire executive committee members, the representative of various organizations, volunteers, and all of our great speakers, and our dear sponsors, thank you so much for being here in this beautiful evening. On the behalf of Nepalese American Chamber of Commerce Executive Body, I would like to offer you a heartfelt welcome once again. This program is intended to bring the established business owners and those who are aspiring to be a business owners and share their fruitful journey in the experience that they have gathered together. So I would like to wish you all the best on all your future endeavors and sincerely hope that your participation today will bring a lot of thought-provoking ideas for anything that you want to cultivate in your future journey. Once again, thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the program ahead. Thank you.
Leader in the distribution, marketing, trading, and operation of fuel and renewable energy products in the United States. Chris will shed some lights on site appearances and strategies to maintain and increase customer counts in gas station business. Chris, so great to have you.
Great. Thank you, guys. I'm very honored to be here. This is actually my second time presenting at the Nepali Chamber of Commerce. A little bit quickly about my job history. I spent 12 years at 7-Eleven. Prior to that, I was with Anheuser-Busch, sales to San Diego for 8 years. So from digging the bottom of the wells to digging a tank out, I've done a lot of things. I've wore a lot of different hats in my time. I feel very fortunate to be in this industry, sharing some of my experience as well as some of the plans, and then really kind of setting the stage for how we can take some time to look at how inside of our industry, the big box retailers are really attacking the independent marketers. A couple of facts here. This is based off NACS knowledge, the data. Gas volume it's really kind of hard to determine during COVID. I think we saw a total erosion about 40%. Pre-COVID, gas demand nationally was actually down 3.5%. DFW plays a little differently. As we see the constant influx and migration into our great DFW market, we don't fight a lot of the same fights that they do nationally. DFW gas volume is actually down 1% nationally pre-COVID. The interesting thing about that fact is 50% of that volume decrease is immediately from independent market insights. So that shows a big need for why we have to really take a look at and plan against what big box is trying to do to the independent market. Gas, the other thing to that is gas and C-store locations are also the biggest driver to customer counts and loyalty inside of the store. So a site's appearance from what a customer will see on the initial interior during the site visit, it plays a big part into their return business for the store. So going to go on to the next slide here. Sorry for that. Interesting fact is that 35% of C-store sales actually occurred during the PM hours. I put a few slides here, a few pictures of some local independent operated stores. You can see on the left. One of the key things I always challenge people and I challenge my customers, when I go out and I do a business consulting call, if you feel comfortable standing in the store at 9 o'clock at night on a Saturday night for 10 minutes, your customer will feel comfortable being there 9 o'clock at night on a Saturday night for 10 minutes. It's interesting to note that these are the effects of simply just accepting what we've had in the market for far too long. As you can see on the right-hand side there, though, what's an interesting part of this is that there are ways that we can help. Your fuel jobbers, and this market has some amazing jobbers in this market. We have relationships with tons of them inside this market. We do have co-op funds available. Your brands have business development funds that can help you with these projects. But I wanted to highlight that 76 on the side there. That's actually a site that was converted from an old independent market. Wasn't too big of an investment to get a site to that level, but it obviously is something that was an investment that needed to be made. If you take a look at the bottom left corner there, this is really what some of the sites in the market will look like as a customer is driving up. It's not very inviting. It doesn't feel safe. And more importantly than that, it doesn't welcome you back to the store. One of the things with my time at 7-Eleven, we used to have a strategy to stand on the outside corner of a store, sit there on the corner and be able to look through to the back of a cooler. There was two reasons for that. We felt it was safe. They also felt that it was going to have an inviting feel for customers to want to continue to come back. The good news is with the BDF and co-op funds available, there are avenues and tools to be able to help us with situations like this. So let's take a look at the next slide. This is just the effect of what happens on a forecourt during the day when a customer sees and how this affects retaining customers. Far too many times we see in a marketplace, and far too many times, especially with harsh weather conditions like what we've seen in the DFW market, constant rain, we went through a miracle of March of freezing cold temperatures that we've never seen, which plays havoc on our stores. As you can see there on the left-hand side, one of the to a lot of our customers, they value their vehicles, and many of our customers, their vehicles may be their largest investment for their entire family. So when they see conditions like this, they may come back. The problem is we are giving them the choice to not come back. You can see to the right there, again, with assistance of co-op and with assistance of business development funds, we can get sites to a level to where it's acceptable and customers would appreciate coming back to an environment like that. Taking a look down there in the bottom left, this was a site out of, I think it was Kenosha, Wisconsin, where we had a customer come make an investment to add liquor to a C-store. Great investment. It was phenomenal for them to be able to have, an offsetting market that was going to drive customers in. They made a huge investment in a liquor store and bypassed one of the easiest things that we can do inside of our C-stores, landscaping. It's available through co-op. Most of us have a fantastic landscaper that we can call on a short notice to get out there and take care of these types of issues. You can see there the example on the right is a site that we were able to help in, I believe that's the Alito market, for pennies on the dollar. The good thing is these are all situations, again, that we can use business development co-op funds for. I just ask of the left or the right, which is going to help maintain and drive customer counts to the store. There's nothing more valuable than a customer returning to our businesses. Next one here. This is actually just a key one of the key points that I wanted to talk about, and that was C-store appearance and merchandising, assortment and services. We're going to have IBC up here earlier to be able to talk to you about some of the tools that they have towards us. I think far too many times it boils down to what do we accept versus what do our customers expect. If you can see on the left-hand side there, where empty shelves, bad lighting, interior, unsafe looking C-stores, where your competitors are focused. They have entire departments that work endlessly and tirelessly to go through product assortment, to ensure product assortment is right and tight. They have lighting in the interior of their stores that they maintain on a quarterly basis. It's nothing that we cannot do. We have the tools to do it. We have the funds to do it. We just need to take it upon ourselves to really challenge ourselves to bring sites to a level acceptable and make sure that when they get there, they are maintained there, and that we use good customer service to keep our most valuable asset coming back to us, which is our customers. Example on the left-hand side there, far too many times we accept it. We accept that our sales associates would take the time to sit there and play on their phone all day long instead of walking around, front-facing, helping, greeting, taking a customer to a different section of the store that you guys may have just spent time re-merchandising. The big box competitors, they thrive on this. This is where they spend numerous hours on a weekly basis training sales associates on customer service, ensuring that customers have a sense of wanting to come back to those stores. We have some great locations and some fantastic sites in our independent markets. I think that wholeheartedly, what we should do in our community is make sure that we're taking a look at them daily and ensuring that our standards are held high so that our customers will continue to drive that home with us. And let's stop letting these big boxes take our business. It is nothing that we can't do with a good plan, a little effort, and with the cooperation of whether myself, your existing jobber, ask them the question. I heard about this. How do I get help with this? And if you guys have any questions regarding it, I can help you, put you in the right direction as well, if there's anything that we could do for that. Besides that, I wanted to again say thank you. I'm going to make this very brief. I want to say thank you, and I want to make sure that everybody understands that the big box is hungry. They continue to open sites at a rapid pace, and it's eroding our volumes. They're focused on taking our business, and we need to make sure that we have good plans in place to protect that. Thank you very much.
States, including Texas to Arkansas to California, Texas, and they are also licensed to operate in Oklahoma. They specialize in gas station, convenience stores, motel, and other retail businesses. National One Energy, you were #1 independent Texas energy advisor. We also have LMS POS came back and support us again in our second gas station seminar. Mr. Ranjan is all the way from Boston here. I would like to appreciate you making the time and coming to do the presentation here tonight. Thank you, Mr. Ranjan and team. A little bit about them. LMS POS, they are liquor store and grocery store point of sale system with full inventory control and automated lottery inventory system. LMSPOS.com is their website. Solar switcher, go solar with $0 down, save up to $26,000 on average with EMB upgrades and etc. Thank you, our supporters. You see Mr. Ezra Sake taking your beautiful photos, and by the way, we're gonna upload those in our website. Talking about our website, we just remodeled or upgraded our website, and Mr. Ramesh Himire, he has his IT company working tirelessly to make our website look beautiful. So do remember to check it out. Within a couple of days or so, we're gonna have beautiful photos. If you wanna download your photos and upload it on Facebook, Twitter, whatever you do check out our website. Thank you as well for supporting this event. Thank you Curry Leaf Restaurant for delicious snacks and dinner tonight. By the way, we're gonna have dinner at 8:30, so stay with us. Thank you, My Elite Event, for a beautiful decoration and helping us execute this event beautifully. Thank you so much. Now, up next, I want to invite Team Reputed Brokerage. Mr. Rajesh Bhatia, he had to cancel here. He's supposed to be presenting here tonight, but some family urgency happened, so he's not here, but his team is all prepared and ready to go. A little bit about them. Mr. Rajesh Bhatia is one of the most active brokers in DFW areas. He has 15 plus years. I want to make sure I pronounce his name right. Mr. Dishant Pandey, please come on to this stage, sir.
Good evening and welcome everyone. First and foremost, I would like to thank Nepal's Chamber of Commerce for inviting us and giving this opportunity, and so we could actually organize this event and network. First, I would like to introduction my team right here. We have Leila Charnania. She actually needs no introduction in gas stations. As I know in Nepali community, she is very well known. A little bit about that, actually, I used to do a lot of cold calls, and I would call a lot of gas station owners, and first thing they would actually mention would be her name. Oh, we've already talked with her, you know, so she definitely needs no introduction. Next to her, we have Priya Sharma. She is actually in both residential and commercial side of it. She's our super and very active agent. Then we have Parveen Noni. He is going back to Rajesh Bhatia, as Mr. Pradeep actually explained. He actually needs no introduction, right? He's been in business for a very long time. That is actually his best friend, going back to Delhi. Right now, so we were gonna talk about gas station. That was his first question he actually mentioned. He said, make sure we cover why gas station, right? Gas station, as in real estate, we talk about cash flow. In gas station, I do know there's one thing that you have a tremendous amount of cash flow. You can create cash flow. You can have cash flows outside of the store. You can have multiple vendors that a lot of competitors are not doing. You can actually do that and create cash flow. As far as goes with gas stations, our team actually does a lot more into investing in multifamily and also shopping malls as well. So if any of you guys are ever wanting to chat with any of our team members and get to know about what is outside of gas station and how you can actually communicate with the local business owners here and around DFW, we're actually also doing, we're going expanding around, you know, Oklahoma, as he mentioned. We also have different licenses in different cities, actually. We're actually going into Arkansas and Louisiana. We are currently already holding license in North Carolina as well as Oklahoma. And a little bit about the license in multiple states. Now that gives us a lot of opportunity to work with DFW investors and people that actually invest in multiple states. They're just what we call it here like a sleeping investor, right? They just want to invest in a little bit of equity. So we actually create a great team here outside of the states and with local investors that can actually expand their territory. A little bit about our team. We are actually right now just getting started here in DFW. We have a great office here that any of you guys wanted to come and see us. We have about 15, 17 agents here locally right now. And we're adding around another 100 to 150 agents by end of the year. One more thing, actually, we are also doing residential. Recently just started doing that, and also in that residential side, we're also adding a mortgage side of it. So we have an in-house mortgage as well. So if any of you guys are looking to get houses, our Priya Sharma, she's our best agent in the residential side. And enjoy the event, guys.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hoyt Franklin, and many of you I do know. I've called on you and called on you several times. We at National One Energy are a broker for electric energy. And I'd like to ask, is there anyone in here tonight who lost power back during the February deep freeze? Raise your hand.
We all did.
You should have asked if anybody did not. But what happened is that deep freeze caused a lot of people to use a lot of energy, and it flooded the grid system throughout Texas. And with that, we have a company called ERCOT. That's Electricity Reliability Commission of Texas. They are the ones who control that grid and prevent blackouts. However, they also can control the grids and create what is called a rolling blackout. With that, there were millions of Texans that were without power for an hour, or 2 hours, or more than a couple of days. And with that, our governor of Texas called a meeting for ERCOT and the Public Utility Commission of Texas in order to make some changes and prevent these rolling blackouts ever occurring. They generally occur in the summertime and they occur in the wintertime. This past February was one of those unique events. There were some people, some businesses that were not on contracts during that period of time for the electric energy. And with that, those who are month to month were caught, and these companies that provided the electric energy for them raised their rates, and some were paying as much as $37,000 to $47,000 for 1 month for one location. Is unheard of. We've never run across anything like that. I certainly hope no one here suffered that consequence. But if you did, you never want to be month to month. You never want to be on an index pricing for that reason. Index pricing oftentimes will come to you where someone will say, here is the lowest price that you will ever find. And that lowest price may be just the adder. And with that, they're not telling you the whole story. There's another charge, and that charge can be variable on a monthly basis. So when there's an exceptional demand, all of a sudden you get these huge bills. And those huge bills, like happened back in February, will offset all that you got in the way of savings over a period of time. I can only tell you that we at National One, working with all the electric energy suppliers here in Texas, we come up with the best possible price to help you to save money. It may not be the lowest price, because the lowest price would be index pricing, and you don't want to be volume. We're able to command a lower rate for you. Tonight, at my booth, if you will, there is a ticket that you can use to put in our punch bowl for a drawing where we have 5 Master or Visa cards that are each worth $100 for you just signing our guest list.
98. He serves as Vice President of Southern Association of Wholesale Distributors SLD Board. He served on several committees for Arkansas World Marketers Association. He's been married for 30 years, father of 2, grandfather to 2 beautiful granddaughters. Please welcome our next guest speaker, Mr. Jeff Thompson.
Thank you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank y'all very much for having me. And y'all didn't hear it, but he whispered, Jeff, stay on 5 minutes, 5 minutes. I'll do my best, Pradeep. So, real quick story. I'm going to get familiar with this clicker real quick.
All you have to do is just click.
Just click.
That's right.
Okay, I don't know how to click. There we go. So, when I gave a speech a few years ago, one of my first speeches, the reason I have to get familiar with this clicker is because when I get nervous, I start pressing buttons really fast. And I was going through my speech, reading my speech, and I could just see everybody looking at the screen with their eyes just bewildered. What is he doing? And I turned and looked at the screen, and I'm sitting here mashing the clicker, and it is just spinning through my slideshow. Anyway. So today I wanted to talk about the C-Store state of the industry and identify a few challenges, which I know you all are familiar with, as well as some opportunities, and then maybe some solutions. We won't go through this. He did a very good introduction. The important part is I am a grandfather of 2 very beautiful grandchildren, 3 years old and 18 months. So they are a big part of my life. So it's not all bad news. There is good news out there with COVID-19 and what it's done to our economy. This is kind of small on the screen, but there's a lot of green numbers up there. And this is based on the National Association of Convenience Stores data. A lot of green numbers is good, right? It means our margins are up and our unit sales are up. There's one area that's down, which is cigarettes. Cigarettes is declining every year, so we have to find other products and services to sell to make up for the cigarettes. But the important part is business is up and people are spending money. The challenges. Labor. Everybody is well familiar with the labor challenges. Out of stocks. I'm not sure who y'all's current supplier is, but I'm sure you've had 1 or 2 out of stocks on your invoices, right? I know my customers have had a lot of out of stocks based on the manufacturers cutting meat. Then another big challenge that's coming is the cost of product. It is going through the roof, right? It's going up every day, and not only is it going up, you're having to pay people more to work at your stores, right? I know we're having to pay more people to pick the orders. So the cost of labor is constantly increasing. So those are just 3 of the challenges. Even though we are getting through COVID, we still have these 3 challenges to deal with. So the opportunities to that, people are spending money, sell them something. That's one opportunity. The other opportunity is restaurants and QSRs like Popeyes or Kentucky Fried Chicken, companies like that. They are right now facing more severe labor issues and product issues than our industry is. So that presents an opportunity to us to sell more food service. Consumers right now are accustomed to the prices going up, so don't be afraid to raise your prices. Walmart, every time you walk in Walmart, chicken is going up every week, right? So don't be afraid to raise your prices. Customers are looking for new opportunities of obtaining their product besides just walking in and buying it. They want to be able to go through a drive-through or a curbside service or even a delivery service. Especially in like the Dallas area, there's several delivery services available that can help you sell your product to consumers.
Good evening and namaste. As Pardiji has given my introduction, I am Ranjan and I represent Compro Boston, based in Boston, Massachusetts. And we have our local representative here, Sudeepji. You can always contact him here. Moving forward, thank you, Nepalese Chamber of Commerce, for giving us this opportunity to represent our product in this area. We sell our product all over the country. Saying that, let's move forward. LMS POS is our own in-house product. We sell other products as well. So why LMS POS is different from other is with the experience of selling other products and having a knowledge of what people need, the end client and customer, what are their requirements and what they need particularly. So we develop this product on the basis of that thing rather than selling other products. So LMS POS, as the name you see, it says LMS is lottery management system. We have incorporated the lottery management into this software extensively. So that is 2-in-1 software for your retail store and as well as lottery management. I have some of the features that I will go through, and then I have a small slide show. You can see the features that are included in this product. So LMS POS is best suitable for liquor stores, C-stores, smoke shops, grocery stores, and other retail stores as well. LMS POS is 2-in-1, lottery and grocery inventory system, and full inventory control and sales report, and complete lottery management system. No more handwriting or manual calculation. It's a complete automated system for lottery as well. No more loss due to human error. Lottery theft prevention. Some of the POS features. Mobile tablet compatible Windows 10 tablet. You can use that, and you can even take customers on the fly, or you can even do your inventory on the aisles using that tablet. It has discount pool, sales promotion coupons. You can even email coupons to the customers. Integrated and certified EMV chip card, credit card processing. We have integrated with different processors, WorldPay, Heartland, First Data. So you can use any of those. And then we have live sales report on your phone. Daily sales report on phone can be emailed at the end of the day. Mobile inventory app using your own phone. You can use your phone to do inventory on the aisles. No sales, cash drawer opening, void and delete item loss reporting. Automated database backup. You don't have to do it manually. And group editing of inventory with the click of button. Let's say if you want to change the prices of a complete category or department, you can just click a button and then change by, let's say, by 5% or 10%. You don't have to go to each item and change it. And we have also done NVR camera system for POS text overlay, so you can see what is being run on the register on your cameras. And ID scanning for age verification of age-sensitive items. You can scan the ID and it tells you like if he's over 18 or 21 for selling that product. And price embedded barcode printer integrated for selling like meat items which are pre-printed with a barcode. And automated purchase order and direct store delivery receive. Like you said before, like if you have a price increase on your product, so you don't have to go and change price of each. You can go to that purchase order and see last time what was your price, and then you can see what is your new price and update there on a click. And it has a full lottery management, no more handwriting, the beginning or ending numbers. And it sells scratch and lottery ticket with a scan, so that everything is automated. And any discrepancies are reported to manager immediately. All books and tickets are tracked. Accurate calculation of lottery sales. Any short or over is reported by email instantly. Lottery and grocery liquor sales are reported separately because lottery is a commission-based sales, so it does not include on your retail sales, so they are separated. Settled and returned book of lottery office are recorded. Like on the shelf, sometimes the lottery office comes and takes your books in the middle of the book, so they are all recorded when they take it back. Daily reconciliation report on demand anytime. Let's watch some of the features of LMS POS. I have a video that explains some of the features. And also, we have a 10% discount for all the members here if you buy within this month. And you can contact Mr. Sudeep Adhikari for locally here. So thank you for your time. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Thank you for coming over. Thank you for your time. And I would like to thank Chamber of Commerce team, who is always on the job all the time, and they organize functions like this and try to connect us and try to kind of educate us all the time. So my subject area is inventory control and management in convenience retail store. And this is kind of disclaimer that, you know, this is not a representation of the company. Before I go to the inventory control, I just, you know, wanted to give you the overall, you know, what is happening in the macroeconomic level in the economy, right? So even before pandemic, gas station or convenience store business is cyclical. You can see that this is the, you know, cycle, 4 or 5 year cycle that sales goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, and that's how it. Yeah, that's what we deal with every day in this industry, right? And this is kind of interesting. I brought it out from IRI data. IRI, one of the IRI presentation. Does this have? Yeah. So this is the traffic that dropped because of COVID, this blue line right here, and then what havoc did it cause to our economy is this green line right here is the biggest drop was in restaurant and hospitality. And you can see this gas sales. This one is the gas sales that dropped, and you can see among this group of categories here, C-store was the flattest line of all. So, you know, we actually did not see that much of the impact. I shouldn't say that much. We did not see as big as impact compared to other categories. Moving to the macroeconomic trends here, many of these points are already addressed by earlier presentations. I'm struggling with the clicker here. And so, you know, this is again, the pandemic is kind of causing havoc in the behavior of this is a behavior changing event for humankind. You know, so it will definitely have economic impact on everything, including C-stores. So people are, you know, they are getting out less. They want to buy more. You know, less trips. You know, bigger carts, type of thing. And then material and labor shortages were well addressed earlier. So I'm not gonna do I'm not gonna waste any time on that. But one thing is sure.
Dr. Pepper Company, and he is one of our guest speaker tonight, and I would like to welcome him with his presentation on his stage, Mr. Rob Knight. While he is on stage, I would also like to make this announcement, and I would like to invite our president, Mr. Bal Joshi, on his stage too. IBC has decided to support us and become our long-term partner, and for that, they are giving us 25,000 check, and I would like Mr. Rob Knight to hand this to our president. Thank you.
Okay. Good. Pretty loud on stuff. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for allowing us this time tonight. A lot of things have been touched on tonight. There are a lot of common themes about the convenience store business and how do we survive COVID and just look down the road to the future and how we can all get stronger together. And that's where we feel like we play a very strong role in this. We've been watching this business and looking forward 10 years for a long time. We saw the 7-Elevens, the Circle K's, gobbling up all the chains, whether it was Exxon or Speedway, and they're consolidating. They want to put everybody out of business, just like Amazon and Walmart. They only want a few standing at the end of the day. So that's what's really helped our business thrive. Pressures on the market, we talked about it, employment. There's a lot of folks that are getting a lot of money right now from the government, and there's going to be a post-COVID event where all this money goes away. How many people see cars around the road with the paper tags on the back because they haven't had mortgages and they're getting all this money? They're going out and buying things that hopefully won't get repoed here in 6 months because they have to go back to paying mortgages and other things. So there's a lot of pressure on the system right now. IBC is trying to, I can't see because of the speaker, but I'm touching on a lot of this, but the effects on the shopper are, they're going to go back to more of a value system. When this money starts to dry up, you're going to have to look at ways to bundle, buy more, save more, whether it's 1, 2, or 3. Hold on 1 second. Next slide.
I got you.
Oh, there we go. All right. The retail effect is the suppliers. I mean, how many stores have just got completely empty doors? And suppliers, when you look at them, they just have this defeated look on their face because they're all working 60 hours. People are walking off the jobs. They can't pay them enough. The volume's up over prior year. I mean, we had a record year last year in convenience as a business. We're having that this year, but we feel like that wall is coming because they raise their prices to try to slow down demand, and they can't keep up with the volume. So the only ones at the end of the day that are going to make money are the suppliers. So I believe they were speaking earlier about raising the retails, and I know Chuck is a big proponent of it, and the guys on my team, don't be afraid to be competitive. You see 7-Elevens at $2.19 and $2.09. Raise your price, clean your stores up, make them look good, go head to head with them and you'll be fine. But make money at the end of the day because there's a lot of constraints on the system. Net margin pressure. With all these increases and having to pay people, what's the right balancing act for margin? Let's skip over that. Bill program for independent retailers that take pressure off. This is where we come into play. I started with IBC in 2010 as vice president with the previous founder, and we had 800 stores. And I felt like that was a lot of stores. We had a lot of buying power, and we were nothing. I mean, we really still didn't have relevance. And you look at 7-Eleven, the other chains, so we set out on a mission to be the biggest co-op in the country, and we have done that with 5,800 stores. So we had 800 in 2010, and we're going to break 6,000 by the end of the year. We're even looking at international business now. So we know that to let the independents win, it's all about size. If you are the biggest guy at the table with these vendors, you have a lot of voice and you have a lot of negotiating power. So that's what we've been working on to accomplish. Where that comes with IBC, I just wanted to go through real quickly. 22 states, and you touched on this earlier. We have people out in the trade to help you. We're number 6 with Frito-Lay. Nationally for convenience stores, we do $85 million with Frito. So we do a lot of business. So we sit down and talk to these guys. We have a very commanding voice. And the good thing from my perspective is I grew up on that side of the business. So it's very hard for a key account guy to come in and trick me because I've been on that side and I know what they're trying to do and get away with. Same with Coca-Cola. We're national accounts with all these vendors. Number 7 nationally for convenience stores, Monster 10, and you can see on the slide. Just to give you a point of reference, we broke 1 million cases with just Monster Energy last year. So we're one of their top key accounts, and that just gives us more buying power to help our customers. This is our organization. We're not real big. We have about 14 people in the office, but we have a marketing department. We have people out in the field. There are some competitors out there that do the same thing we do, but they don't do it on a scale that IBC does it. These are a lot of the brands. If you look in your stores, most of these brands are what all of you sell today if you have a convenience store. So we negotiate national deals, whether it's pricing or rebates for all these products. And this is the beverage slide. So these are grocery, cupcakes, ice cream, IMM, which is Latino Factor, Linco products, which is the little trinkets and trash stands in the stores, fuel, grocery, propane, coffees. I mean, we have a Bitcoin. We have a very wide range of products that we negotiate for our customers. We have data analytics with JDA and Salesforce, so our guys can come in and actually review your sales for your stores and look at prior year and tell you if you're up or down and make adjustments in the store. No one has that capability today to be able to come in and show these kind of analytics. When the vendors give us your sales and bring them in, we can import them into Salesforce and we can spit out the category size to know how to set your store. Because on one end of town, Gatorade may need a whole door. On another end of town, it may only need 5 shelves.
For the partnership that we have started, this is not, don't consider it as a sponsorship and they get to come here, show the advertisement and ask you to give them a business. It's more of a trust and a relationship. Our chamber is all about establishing a relationship, and most of you do have first-hand experience. We do value that. So since they have trusted us and they are willing to provide the amount that we have requested, actually more than what we have requested, to support our events throughout the year, give them the opportunity. Most of you already have a relationship with them, or at least have heard about them. If you have not, at least sit down with one of their sales agents and talk about it and see, let them present their case. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much, Rob. Thank you.
Vine, if you've been in one of our gala events before, you probably know the scale and the fun it goes on. And so it's on October 31st. Please make sure you register before, because it gets sold out pretty quick. We have limited seats. Again, it's October 31st, Embassy Suites. In a minute, our team members are going to be handing out some slides, and with QR code, you could, if you want to sign up for the gala nights, just put your name and information so we can call you, and we'll take it from there and help you how to get your registration and tickets. Also, in a minute, our team members are going to be handing out a feedback form, which is regarding this event. Please fill that out. What you think about the event tonight? What did we do good, or what are the areas we could do better or improve? That would really, really help, especially for the events that's coming rest of the year and next year. So we really appreciate you in advance filling that feedback form for us. Thank you. Now, I would like to invite Mr. LB Subba, who promises us $0 down payment and save up to $26,000 on average with 26% tax credit. He's with Solar Switcher. Sir, welcome.
Namaste everyone. I'm a little bit taller, so I need to adjust. My name is Alvi Subba. So with the flooding happening all over the world, with the wildfire engulfing everything, everywhere, especially in the United States, and lots of things being global warming, #1 threat to the humanity, don't you think it's time to really talk about going green? So that's what I'm going to talk about. It's not about sales, but tonight, my intention will be educating about a little bit about solar. Because there are 130 million residential property in the United States of America. And out of that, only 90 million residential property is qualified going solar. So today, hopefully I will be able to shed some knowledge to show you and make you understand whether going solar is right fit for any homeowners and what are the things that you need to consider or know before going solar. All right? Oh, sorry.
Right side.
Am I not?
Right side.
Oh, sorry. You got it. So let's talk about why solar, right? Now, there are lots of reasons why solar, but few of them are, maybe I'm getting too excited. A few of them is, going solar is not about adding another expenses. It's all about just rerouting your electricity bill into solar. In fact, the simple analogy is, going solar is all about owning your own energy system instead of renting it out with an electric company. No offense to electric company because, we have been using them, but, with solar, you can own your own electricity, right? And you can completely, eliminate your electric bill. In most of the cases, we are able to reduce electric bill by 5% to 50%. So that's one of the reasons. Another one is you start saving from day one when you put solar on your roof, right? And one of the big reasons why you need to go solar is also federal government is giving 26% tax credit on the total system cost. It is a lot of money, right? Of course, consult with your own CPA about this, but that's another reason. And of course, it helps lower pollution, and it helps, with warming temperature and climate change also. That's another big advantage. And I want to stress this very hard. Cities are starting to mandate solar in all new built homes. So that means very soon the federal credit is going away. Right now it's 26%. Next year it will be 22%. And the following year will be 10%, and it will be gone forever. Because if the cities are mandating solar for all new built home, if they are mandating it, why is federal government need to encourage homeowners, right? So that's one of the reasons why solar and why now. Now, another thing is, going solar, many homeowners in the same, many homeowners who are going solar are also complaining about getting ripped off by solar salesmen and solar companies out there. It's very common. Why? Because they don't understand the solar in first hand. If you want to go solar, have an understanding. And one of the best way to see whether going solar is beneficial to you or not is simply take your electric bill. What is the total amount of electric bill that you're paying for the specific month? And divide with the total number of kilowatt that you are using for that month. That will give you what is the actual rate per kilowatt that you're paying to electricity company. And then get a quote with the right solar system and divide that amount with the average amount of power you're using and compare those rates. Then and there you'll find whether going solar will be beneficial to you or not. It's as simple as that. And in most of the cases, you will reduce your bill or completely eliminate your electric bill with solar.
Vegas, guys.
Yep. And for everyone who are here, if you want to go solar with us this month and next month, we'd like to upgrade your vacation incentive to Hawaii, 5 nights Hawaii, just for going solar with us. Thank you so much for the time.
Good evening, everybody. I've been in CPA business for the last 20 years, and I've helped a lot of Nepalese opening companies and running a gas station business. What I have noticed for the last 20 years, whoever walked into my office and opening a business and starting a business, some have succeeded. They have succeeded very well. Some stuck to one store and still with the one store. some could not succeed. So that has always intrigued me, why some of us succeed and some of us don't. Especially in our context, because most of us come with the same background, with a little financial help, 1 suitcase or 2 suitcases. Everything we made it here. So, and also none of us, I think most of them didn't even have a background on a convenience store business in back to Nepal. So what makes somebody successful? So I did some research, and based on my experience, I can tell you there are some qualities in the successful leaders, which I'm going to share you today. Okay, let me do it. The number 1. All right. Number 1 quality you find in a successful leader is they are very decisive. And sometimes we say that running a business is taking a risk. It is not a risk. If you know you have mental clarity, what you have a plan and actions, and you follow through, then you stick to it, this is not a risk. It's called decision making right there. And if you look at it, if you look at your people you know, those who are successful, they make the decision very quickly and right on time with a clear mind. Like in my office, when they walk in, I can tell. One guy comes in, it's very energetic, like they have Red Bull. Comes in and say, hey, we know we need to open a company right now, and we have to get the paperwork ready for the loan. And said, have you already looked at the business? Yeah, I already looked at it. I liked it. I like the locations. I like the foot traffic. I can put some kitchen. I can change it here. I can make it. And then he pulls out the check and says, okay, how much I need to pay right now? Let's start. And there's another kind of guy who comes in and says, you know what? I'm looking and talking to another guy to start a business, buying a business. So let's see what happens. Have you thought about the name opening company? No, but I will have to think about that too. And then say, okay, so finally we come up with a name with his husband, wife, children's abbreviation, just to get the name. And then we say, okay, so it's gonna cost you like $500-$600. Let's start doing that. And they'll say, okay, I don't have a business account. Why don't you open it for me? Then I'll pay you. Then I can tell right away who's gonna succeed, who's gonna fail. Not because he didn't pay me in front, that's why he's gonna fail. The problem is he doesn't trust himself making a decision. If he doesn't even trust $500 to write a check for his own project, how is he gonna succeed? So for successful people, one of the most important things you have to have is decision making. And this is important if you want to partners involved with your business. Watch it how quickly he responds to you, how quickly he makes a decision, and how quickly he comes to the check, brings the check in front of you when in the meeting. If he's not, he's just gonna drag it down and slow you down too. Number 2, this is one of the unique things I have noticed in the successful people. It's something called situational awareness. These people always thinking around. They know whenever they walk, they remember everybody, every location, and they can tell in 2-3 days, remember we saw that location? I think I like that one. These are the people are always the first to find the great bargain. Because when they were driving and talking to a friend, their one eye is just looking on the side, which location I could do a business with. So you have to have this quality. I don't know, you can transfer, you can learn this thing. But I have seen with the successful people that they have this kind of unique ability to anticipate what's going to happen in their surroundings. Empathy factor. Many store owners can tell you about you that they can't find employees. That one store, they still cannot find employees. Whereas there are so many people with many stores, they have lots of employees working for them. How does this happen? Because as an owner, as a businessman, successful businessman, you have to have ability to understand the person in front of you. This is called empathy factor. You need to be able to observe the person and have the feeling how he's feeling. Sometimes we think like if you pay the employees money, they will work for you. Most of the employees will tell you it's not the money, it's the respect they're looking for you, the way you treat them. So you have to have empathy in you if you want to succeed, because you are relying on your whole business on the people other than yourself. Another is penny pincher. We assume that, okay, if you are rich, you spend a lot of money. You just waste your money just like that, He might pay you a dinner, but that doesn't mean he's wasting money in every issue. In fact, if you look at them, it's when you do accounting, you can tell they know exactly how much money is coming in, how much money is wasted, and they can tell that penny without even looking straight in the back of their head how much money they're gonna get next week. And that is the quality you have to have. And most of the successful people will tell you, they do not like wasting any money. Because I see a lot of people with a bank statement, they come in, the NSF check, $35 charge, list of charges. I said, what happened? And they say, well, when doing, we just forgot, and that's why we started the bank charging this much money. Somebody charging this, somebody charging this. You have to control your money outflow. And most of the successful people, rich people, they do it. They do not waste even a penny. They tend to think as a challenge. And another one is selective association.
America. He is one of the founding members of Nepalese Society of Texas. More importantly, he, along with few other friends, were our founding members, envisioned the Nepalese American Chamber of Commerce, who organized this event today. And we have the pleasure of having him here tonight, and he's gonna do a quick presentation on addressing the overall current challenges faced by gas station business. And I have requested him to share some experience of being the first Nepalese business owner and how was it like when he started versus me who just started. I have people I can reach out to. I know my uncle or friends, but him, I believe, was a different story. But we'll hear from him, and he is none other than Mr. Anjan Shrestha. Please welcome our next guest speaker, Mr. Anjan Shrestha.
Thank you. Good evening. Maybe we should get that some of the monsters with that million cases that we sold right now. Thank you for that good introduction. Corrections, I don't think I'm the first Nepalese gas station owner in Dallas. It sounds like I'm a Christopher Columbus. I'm not. I was given task to talk about the challenges of the present C-stores and gas stations, and I think that my previous speakers have almost summed it up. So I'll try to address that as a gas station owner that I have experience. I've been an owner of a gas station for 27 years, working in gas stations for 28 years. It's good to see so many Nepalese gas station owners in Dallas Metroplex, room full, and I'm sure there are many more. We came a long way. I'm very proud of all of you. It is the volume of the people that today here speaks to itself, that where we came now. And I think it's a good thing. I'm very proud of us. So let's talk about these challenges that, maybe I should do that, Mike. Sure. I think Chris has mentioned something earlier that about the competitors. I think that the most challenges that we face right now are probably our competitors. He named few, Quick Trip, Racetrack, Circle K's, 7-Elevens, we see them everywhere. They are fierce competitors, very, very fierce. They know what they're doing it. Their stores are fully stocked, they're well lit, they have an army of people who are telling how to do business. They have a lot of research done. And us as an individual gas station owner or C-store owners do not have access of those things. So how can we compete with them? I think Jeff has mentioned that some of them is a good news. I think that most of them are good news because all of the people that we are here, including I, have somehow beat that system of their competitors. And what I mean by that is that the edge that we have against these competitors is the personal touch that we can give it to our customers. We deal with our customers every day. We can train our employees how to have good customer service. The trend has changed, my friends. What we used to see at gas stations and convenience stores 20 years ago is now no longer there. There were times that, I remember some of my old gas stations that, it's old lead that Jeff, I think, has shown. We can't have that anymore because our competitors are hungry for new customers. We have to be very competitive with them. Not only in the price-wise, customer service is number one. Please do not make a mistake that the customers, we are there as a business owner. The customer are everything. If not for customers, there's no purpose for us to be there. The customers today are very demanding. They're very picky. They know what they're doing it. If you can't offer them something, somebody else will. And there are a bunch you see everywhere. Make sure that your store is fully stocked. Make sure you train your employees. Trust me, there's a right way of mopping. There is. And you need to make sure you know it, you train your employees, you make sure that everybody does it. Yeah, it is. But I tell you my experience, what I found is that if I do it, I like to work with them. So when I do it, they will do it. Okay? So these are the challenges that we have. Revenues are getting more revenues are always the bigger challenges. Selling things, that's what we are there for. But I see that, when I tell earlier that being personal to our customers, we have that access of being personal to our customers. The reason being is that we also work there. Our employees who work longer hours. Our employees stay with us for longer, versus all these big box stores that we're talking about. And I'm not trying to offend anything, but most of them I see that they're 18, 19 years old, part-timers, a bunch of them. They have a good customer service, but they will not ever, know their customers, versus us have that age. When you know your customer by their name, when your customer know you by their name, when that customer comes and you put their brand of cigarette before even they ask, it changes everything, my friend. You retain your customer for life. So just because you have all these big, chain stores, don't be scared. You have something that they don't. Even though they have an army of people who's deciding how to do things in their fancy offices and their high-rises, but they're pulling data out of their computers. They have a cookie-cutter, ways of doing things. You, as an individual gas station owners or C-store owners, you can individualize it. You know what sells, but at the same time, Somebody has mentioned about the inventory and all that. Make sure that stay on top of it. You have to know your business. You have to know what you're doing it. So I know that I don't have much time, so I will not go through a lot of things on how to increase our sales. However, I would like to really talk about how can we cut down our cost, cut down our losses, or reducing our expenses. This is very important. Again, I'm going to talk about our competitors. One thing we have is that our expenses are not as much high as theirs, including payrolls, including utilities. You have to know, but you have to know what you're doing it. Somebody has explained that, I think Bilaji has explained that there are a bunch of NSFs. You'll be surprised how many people waste their money on stupid things because they just don't realize, they don't see it. And every dollar that you spend is going out of your pocket. I'll tell you something. If you can spend $2,000, that's a full $8,000 on sales. You have to do $8,000 sales just to save that, to make that $2,000. But it is much easier to save that $2,000 if you're very vigilant about it, if you know what you're doing it. I have seen all kinds of stuff. I've seen a credit card statement. A friend of mine has asked me for help. I went there and saw $40 there, $40 there, $200 here. Adds up. We as individual business owner, we don't have much money to afford. They have a bigger pockets, we don't. So if you don't protect your inventory, if you don't protect your money, my friends, nobody will. You have to. So that's what I think is the present challenges that we have as individuals.
Aspire to be that, please raise your hand. Anyone who wanted to be a radio jockey or a radio presenter? I see one hand there. 2, 3. Okay, 4. And I know.
There will be everybody will raise their hand. So
well, 5. So I got 2 minutes to talk about the radio thing, so I will just get into topic. So namaste everyone. My name is Shraddha Shrestha. So I run Yeti Insurance Agency along with my business partner and mentor, Mr. Suraj Patel, right there. And I am also one of the active volunteer of Nepali Chamber of Commerce since last 3 years. Long story short, I produce and run a radio show, Namaste Nepal, at 104.9 FM here in Dallas, which have a huge listenership of more than 400,000 South Asians. I have been a radio person since my whole life, I would say, since I knew radio. In short, radio is my passion, and we all know when passion meets the profession, the magic happens. And here, I want us to work together and create that magic. After 5 years of being in radio show and being a radio presenter, I recently embarked on this journey of being a show producer, and I am aware this mixed feeling of starting something new, nervous, excited, and rushed to give up because of so many rejections. But a wise man once told me, 99% won't believe in you, find that 1% who does, and see how life changes for good. And tonight, here I am looking for 1% who believe in that. So I will be here after the event if you'd like to know how you can be part of the radio. So I'll be here to answer your question. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Build your wealth. So having that compliance program and having that legal structure is very useful for you to grow your business, expand your business, add partners, acquire new businesses. So here I would like to talk about a few things you need to really give attention to when you are growing your business or starting a business. One is how you are forming your business. Are you following all the legal formalities, right? If you have a LLC, do you have a lawyer drafted operating agreement with your partners? If you have more than one, obviously if you're only you, then you don't need that. But if you have multiple members, you need the operating agreement to govern all your corporate affairs. And also, if you're LLC or C Corp, you need to ensure you follow all the compliance or formality to avoid that piercing corporate veil. if you don't do that, then your personal asset can be subject or exposed to claim or lawsuit or action, civil or even other kind of legal actions. So that formality has to maintain with obviously the annual filings, business records, compliance with the local, labor laws, safety standards, and also having different sort of banking and other tax filing separate as a business, as a personal. Another thing also I wanted to highlight is that since you as a business, you are very much customer centric, so you need to have an employment agreement in place which protects you as a employer, so that your employees, I guess there's some clauses you can put in, which is non-compete clause. Let's say if they cannot take your business away, and also you can have other clauses which protects your interests, maybe having arbitration clause in your employment contract, so that they won't sue you in the court, which will cost you a lot of money to defend at the court instead of going through arbitration. Other thing is that if you want to add investors, actually also something I do a lot, which is getting foreign investor into your business, so you can bring them as a partner, and also if they are a foreign person, they can get different visa program to come to US and bring their family, and that could be a very good incentive program to, I guess, increase your investment into enterprise, because let's say somebody wants to come and be a partner, you can have them, I guess, put the down payment for the property and whatnot, and you can be, I guess, the active partner. So there is that opportunity for you to look into. Other thing I wanted to talk about, there are a lot of federal law and labor laws you have to comply as a business. We don't give that much attention to, whether it is a notice, whether you are keeping enough business records, whether your payroll records, if any incident occurs, whether it's an injury or some kind of incident which has happened, you have to keep those records. So there are those kind of rules you have to follow, and I think the final concluding remarks would be just have professional lawyers who are expert in the field, so that whenever you have a need, even if you don't have a need, feel free to consult them. Many of the firms in the area or in that practice group, they might be willing to do a very I guess free consultation, or some set fee that they can offer your services. So hiring a lawyer is not too expensive if you start early, but if you have an accident or legal losses, then it becomes very expensive. So I think it's better for you to have a professional who can help you at the beginning of the your business journey. Thank you so much, and I'll be happy to take any questions.
Thank you, all the sponsors, supporters, guest speakers, for making this event possible tonight. Feedback forms are on your table. Please do fill that out for us. It would really, really help us in the future. Whatever it is, you can fill it out. If you don't want to put your name on it, that's okay. Just leave that blank. Dinner is now open. I would need all of you to take that back door and form a line, grab your dinner, and if you want to come back and sit down on your table, you are more than welcome to. If you want to go out on the living lobby area, you are more than welcome to do that as well. I want to let y'all know we are doing an exclusive event for all our life members, which is happening at Curry Leaf Restaurant in Irving on September 25th. And with that, thank you so much, all of you. I couldn't ask for any better audience tonight. Thank you so much. I'm your host, Pradeep Giri, signing off, and see you on next event. Thank you so much.
So
So this guy comes out
Hi, could I just give you my card?
अनि आफ्नो काम गर्न थाल्यो लाउड स्पिकर बनाएर
I